My everyday experiences living with ALS can vary from day to day. I have my ups and downs. I always try to keep a positive attitude and try to keep my humor to keep everyone around me uplifted. I grew up and currently live in a small farm town named Arvin.
We met probably about 13 years ago for the second time. We went to school together since basically like first or second grade.
We reconnected on social media and got married over 12 years ago. We share so many fond memories before my ALS. One of the first clues that something was wrong with myself was I started having twitching in my shoulders that never stopped.
Since we thought he had carpal tunnel, he went ahead and saw our general doctor that referred him over to a neurologist because it was just a regular routine type of appointment. He actually took the information from the neurologist by himself and then told me about it that same evening, which was really shocking. He just basically said that the neurologist told him that he was going to have to put his affairs in order, that this was probably Lou Gehrig's disease. I saw a initial for ALS and it stayed in my head. ALS, always losing something. And it's actually really true because all I saw was a breaking down of a wonderful person and a life that we had just started. Now we've adjusted and making a life for ourselves with a ventilator.
But through it all, your mind remains clear. Your body slowly becomes your own prison. Luckily, I have a communication device that keeps me entertained and to speak my needs. I surf the internet, watch videos, and do little projects that keep me busy. I'm currently filming a documentary with PBS about this disease. Living with ALS, you definitely need support. Whether it be from your friends, family, or organizations like the Golden West chapter of the ALS Association.
Bringing awareness to ALS for Charlie and I is very important because prior to having the disease, we didn't have any understanding or know anything about ALS. If this was the first time you've ever heard about ALS, I just want you to know that it can happen to your family member. It can happen to your friend. It can happen to your husband. It's not fair. And it needs to be resolved. It needs to be made not to happen to anyone else.
It's extremely important that the public gets involved in the fight against ALS. Education, research, money, and time will determine when there is a cure for ALS. Events like Walking to Defeat ALS raises awareness, money for research, and brings the community together to support their family member, their friend, or their neighbor who has ALS. Individually, we are only a drop of water, but together, we are an ocean. Hope recognizes no barriers. It jumps all hurdles, leaps all fences, and tears down impenetrable walls to arrive at its final destination, which is to find a cure.
He said when he married me that he would make life interesting. He has. Now he's taking me to national television and being a part of something very, very important, something that's bigger than us, bigger than me.
Like so many of the people living with ALS who we have met, they live through incredible challenges with grace and good humor. Charlie is a Toby whiz who puts all of his skills as a former mechanic to use, customizing and optimizing his technology.
Angie is a phenomenal caregiver who makes taking care of Charlie 24/7 look easy, even though we know it is really, really hard. Angie and Charlie, you are amazing. We cannot thank you enough for choosing to share your story with all the ups and all the downs with us and the public.
Charlie gets me in a lot of trouble, and I love that about him.